I thought that I would take, those chords that I've been showing you and show you how to voice them a little bit. So this is a sort of a method for taking a tune and trying to voice the chords. Now, every tune is not going to work as eloquently as this. So I've chosen this tune uh, because it works pretty well. So with what I'm going to show you. So, anyways, the tune is fine and dandy, and it's in. I'm going to be playing in the key of F. So it starts out with an F major chord with the major seventh on top. So a lot of times when we're playing chord voicings have the root in them, then we play a seventh in the left hand, sometimes a third, and then we fill in the right. So let's just take that, as it is. So here we have F major 7. We put the 7th down. You have your melody note of E. Okay, so what do you need? Well, you need a third, definitely. And you could use a fifth. Sometimes the fifth is not necessary. So, but we'll use it here. And then we can add a color tone in between here and here, and that would be a ninth. It's all that's there, really. Okay, and then we come to the next chord, which is an A flat. Okay, we put our 7th. This is actually a double flatted 7th. It's an A flat diminished chord. Our melody notes in F, and then we what do you need? Well, you need the third. You can put a diminished 5th in there, or the 5th, and that's all you need. You can, in this case, you can double the root. Okay, so that one's sort of a little more complicated, or you could think of it as being very easy. But okay, the next chord's G minor. Put our 7th down there. The melody note is an F. Okay, what do we need? All right, you need a minor third. Okay, you can use it in minor chords. You need a 5th usually. So, okay, what color tone do we have? We have a 9th available. All right, so our chord is like that. Okay, C 7th. Our melody notes in A. Here's our root down here. We have the 7th here. Okay, what do we need? You need a third. Okay, you don't really need the 5th in this because we're using the 6th. All right. Okay, so between here and here, there's another color. We can use a color tone of a 9th. Here it is. Okay, A minor. Put our 7th down, our melody note is an E. What do we need? We need the minor third. And what color tone? We can put a 9 there. Okay, here's a repeat of the A flat diminished chord. Okay, G minor, we put our 7th down here, our melody note's an A. What do we need? You need the minor third, and you can add a 5th, and that's our chord voicing. Okay, C 7th, put our 7th down here, we have melody note of this. What do we need? Okay, well, we need a third, and you could use the 5th like this and then add a 9th, but instead of the 5th you can use a 6th, or what is known better here as a 13th. Alright, C minor, put our 7th down here, our melody tone's a C. What do we need? Well, the 5th is more desirable in a minor chord, okay? The minor third, and the 9th is a nice color tone you can put in there. F7, put this down. We have our melody tone of a D. What do we need? The third, our color tone can be a ninth. Okay, B flat major 7th, we plop this down, our melody tone, and this is all we need right here. You have everything, the third, the 7th, the root. But you could add a color tone of a ninth right there. Okay, E flat dominant 7th. Okay, we'll do this one this time, and next time I see the E flat, we'll do another one. So plop down that. Now melody notes B flat. What do you need? You need the third, and you can put a ninth in between these two. There it is. There's our chord. Okay. A flat major 7. We put the 7 major 7 down, and we have their third in the as the melody note. You could add a ninth between here and here. G, and then we put a G minor 7, C7 to the F. And with the G minor, here's our 7th. Our tone, melody tone is this, still from a tied note. What do you need? Minor 3rd, and that's all you can do. And then you have a C7. I just usually put a suspended, like Bill Evans might put a suspended. He might resolve it like that. All right, then going on. This is a repeat. Okay, now some new material, the last 8 bars. C minor with a B flat on top. And okay, what do you need? You can add the 5th, you need the 3rd. And you can have a color tone of a ninth again. Ninths are very common in minor chords. I mean, they're common in every chord, but they're the most go-to color tone in a minor chord. So, okay, we did this one earlier. Okay, B flat major. With a C on top, we plop this down. What do you need? Okay, you need the 3rd. Now you could use the 5th, but again, you could use both the 5th and the 6th. But I wouldn't. I'd use the 6th. You see the difference in sound, yeah. But the melody tone coming up is going to be a 6th, so maybe you want to maybe you want to use a 5th this time because you're going to be going. So you're going to be moving to the 6th anyway. Now here's a different E flat 7th. Okay, I put the 3rd in the left hand. That gives you a different selection. We have a B flat in the melody. You need the dominant 7th. And color tone between these two tones, ninth. Okay, then the last is a 3-6-2-5. 1 or 1-6-2-5. I'm going to go with the 3. Okay, minor. What do you need? The 5th and the minor 3rd. Okay, D minor. Okay, I'm going to do a little voice leading down here where these two tones come in like that. And so what do you need? All right, we need a 7th and add a color tone between here and here. It's going to be the 9th. Okay, this is the same. Okay, in the end, I use a different chord. I use a 6-9, major 6-9 at the end because it's more consonant as opposed to using the major 7. You could use a major 7 though, do something like that. But I use this. You put the 6th down. What do you need? You need a 3rd. You could add a 5th. Color tones. You can add both the 6th and the 9th. You get that. And all together, the tune sounds like this. Okay, all right. So that's fine and dandy. Thank you for joining me today. Bye bye.